We have another very talented man. He is a regular here at Caroline's. Please welcome Ammon Brown to your stage, everybody. Give it up for Ammon Brown.
Thanks, guys. I love me too. It's a good crowd. I like big crowds. I'm from a family of 8 kids, so I can hang. My parents actually, they tried the rhythm method of birth control, which just kind of shows you that white people shouldn't do anything that requires rhythm. Doesn't really work for them. And then my dad tells me, he's like, son, you should practice abstinence. And I'm like, Dad, you need more practice. You had 8 kids. You're not very good at it, Dad. But I don't have any kids of my own. I'm too much of a procrastinator. But when I do have kids, I'm planning on beating my kids. Not because I'm mean, not because they're bad, but you got to teach your kids to take a punch. Because then they go to school, they take a punch, and you sue for civil damages. It's like money in the bank, I tell you. No, when I was a little kid, my parents told me that I was really weird. I used to eat everything off the floor, like safety pins and loose change and stuff. I think they had me because I was cheaper than a vacuum cleaner. They actually nicknamed me Hoover, but I think that's because when I came out, they were like, "Oh, this is gonna suck." But my parents themselves are really weird people. They see a line of people anywhere and they're like, "Oh, let's go get in it." They don't really care what it is. They just assume there's something good at the other end. So my mom gets a lot of free soup, and my dad is addicted to methadone. Took a second. No, growing up in a family of 8 kids, it's a lot of fun. We used to play a lot of pranks on each other. My brother would replace my toothpaste with crazy glue. I'm like, I got him back, though. I replaced his insulin with heroin. Yeah. When he woke up from the coma 6 months later, I called him from juvie. I'm like, beat that, dude. I gotcha. But he got me back recently. He actually stole my cell phone, and he replaced the ringtone with the sound of a really loud fart. And then he calls me when I'm in a crowded cafe, and I'm just like, whoa. That sounded close. Was that me? I think it was, because I felt my pants vibrate. Oh, God. No, but a family of 8 kids, you can probably imagine. We're Mormon. I'm a Mormon. And, Mormons are clean living people. They don't drink or smoke or fornicate. And those are kind of my hobbies. So a little bit of differences. But my name is actually Ammon. It comes directly from Mormonism. And so people recognize it right away. They're like, oh, Ammon, you're Mormon, aren't you? Me too. And I'm like, let's just finish the lap dance in silence, shall we? Thank you. No, it kind of sucks dating because girls find out you're Mormon and they're like, oh, all he knows is missionary. No, I do pretty well dating, I think. I can pick up pretty much any girl I want in a lesbian bar. Of course, I'm in drag at the time, but whatever works for you. I got a new girlfriend. It's great. She's a real sweetie. I knew she was a complete optimist when I met her because she handed me one of those extra large Magnum condoms. I'm like, all right, so I made her a balloon animal. I was like, can't possibly be, what? Now, it's a funny story how we met, actually. It was around Thanksgiving. I had heard that turkey makes you tired, so I slipped a few slices into her drink at a bar. It kind of worked. I mean, when I gave her the Heimlich, I totally got to second base. Very nice. But I don't really like doing stuff like that. Like, I don't like roofies. I think they're just a really weird drug. It's like the only drug that you take, but everybody else gets to enjoy. It's really strange. That's a Cialis joke. You'll get it sometime in the next 36 hours. Don't worry about that one. Apparently that one is too. But I live in New York City. One cool thing about New York City, if you're not from here, you might see some street performers. I saw this one guy the other day. He was hilarious. He's yelling all this really funny stuff, and he gets in a fight with a garbage can, and then he shit himself. And I was like, oh, wait, that's not a street performer. That's a crazy homeless guy. It was especially embarrassing for me. I'd been following him around for a half hour, laughing and clapping, like, yeah! I put $10 in the guy's G-string, too. I kind of want that back. But no, I have a car in the city too. I wanted one of those really big SUVs, you know, but my ex was green and vegetarian and earthy, so I drive a hummus. Yeah. But it gets really good gas mileage, you know, but like the price of gas still just really kills me because I need to buy a lot of gas because I'm also an arsonist. You know, I tried switching to alternative fuel for arson, but you look really stupid sitting on top of an abandoned warehouse with a magnifying glass going, come on, clouds, clear, clear. Just look really stupid. But a guy came up to me on the street the other day, and he stopped me and said, excuse me, sir, are you a registered Democrat? I said, no, I'm a registered sex offender. He's like, oh, sorry, we don't need Republicans for this poll. Thank you, though. Oh, is Wisconsin a red state? No one told me that. I didn't get the memo. The guy actually did. He invited me to a fundraiser, and it was a black tie affair. So I brought Tiger Woods, because he's both. I don't really follow politics that much, but I'll tell you, I love Barack Obama. I mean, I love Barack Obama. Like, he finishes up a speech, I just breathe a big sigh of relief, because, you know, I can be heterosexual again. Seriously, he's like one of the only people in the world who can turn me temporarily gay. Hillary's the other one. All right, guys, that is my time. Thank you very much, and give it up for your MC, Josh Spear.
Keep it going for Ammon Brown, everybody. Ammon Brown. Keep it going for Ammon Brown.